Do you know what's crazy? That guy that I shared with the share him again. With the takeouts. Let's have a look.
Guys, being single is all fun and games until you have to live on takeaways every single day. This is my trash from the past three, four, I think 5 days. This is a chicken that I got, I think 3 days back, and I think it's spoiled, so I'm gonna throw it away. And this is what I had today. Steers. These burgers are great. Steers knows how to make burgers.
Do you know what's wild? I'm hoping we're doing better now where we don't walk into a guy's life and his place is a mess and then we just immediately get in our, you know, I'm a maid bag and then we start tidying up after him to prove that we know how to keep a clean home and we can come in here and change his life, and the men leave their places like that, and it's this audition. Essentially, if a girl comes to my place and it's untidy and she doesn't tidy up, I immediately know she's not the one. What does this boy mean? This is what happens when you're single. You don't have to fucking nothing. You can cook. Y'all don't enjoy it and stuff. Oh, how much do you want to bet this is him? Because he flashes a lot, like shows people his car, basically his little apartment. He's very proud of himself, which is not always a bad thing, right? And his PS5 or whatever, but his things. How much do you want to bet that's him baiting the girls who want a guy with those things? How much do you want to bet there are women in his inbox right now saying, I can come cook for you. You wouldn't have to live like that if you have me. You guys don't know the girls the way I know the girls. You don't know them the way I know them. Chad Ochocinco headbutted Evelyn, and his recent ex fiance. She's been on two reality shows. I think her name is Chantal. I'm not sure, but she's been on two reality. I think one was Selling Tampa or something, and one is a very recent one, something about ballers. I don't know. Very recent. I've been meaning to watch it on Netflix. She slid in his DMs, and we knew this about this man already. Dr. Greg on Married to Medicine, like, treated Quad whether or not you like Quad. Dr. Greg, by the way, who's a psychiatrist, I'm like, what? I'm like, okay, who's psychiatrying him? Who is he psychiatrying? Why is he getting to do that? Is that allowed? This same Dr. Greg is a psychiatrist. Be afraid of the smart boys that can just cram some stuff and go write it in the exam. Please don't think they're well adjusted simply because they work in a certain field. That probably just makes them better manipulators. Just like a man who starts going to therapy. Dr. Greg treated Quad like shit, right? Got violent at some point with her. We're hearing of them that they were like being physical. Stuff happened, and there was a divorce that happened, and Quad never gave him a child. Low key, Quad could tell that if I make a child here, I'm gonna be stuck with this squeaky voice, short, round person my whole life. I cannot. Me and this Jojo Tank can't go far. I must leave him here. His now wife. He's back on the show, by the way. After we learned all of this, he was off the show for years, and somebody thought it a good idea to bring back this woman's abuser back on the show. And he comes back with a new partner whom he married last season. Her name is Sweetie. Sweetie slid in Gregory's inbox, after we all learned all of this stuff that he put his wife caught through, and said, I can give you what you want. I can give you a baby. So don't tell me about the girls. A lot of us are online now, fake disgusted with this young man, but deep down we're like, I can cook a couple of meals, like I can clean him up. The girls want to perform these roles, and that's why the men keep that vacancy open. But this also goes to show you that they know that it's labor. Why don't they do it? Like, if it's not this like laborious task, if you would like, why don't they do it? Right? And you're not gonna get, he could pay somebody to come in and do it. He could pay a lady to come in a couple of times a week, or a food service to meal prep for him. The rest of his area didn't look filthy, so I'm not gonna, but like all that shit, there was like off chicken and stuff. He could pay somebody to come in, meal prep for him, have that stuff in the fridge, and then he just takes out a container, reheats the food, eats, and then he's done with it, and he's having actually well balanced meals. But the dietary requirements aren't there in terms of him getting any kind of roughage, any kind of. I'm telling you, this is the type of dude who says vegetables are ill. Ah, bruh, I don't want to smell his poop. Does he poop? People like this don't poop, and they don't know they're not pooping, or they don't know it's normal that they've been eating this and like from Monday, and they only got to poop on Thursday. Oh, it's bad. It's worse than I actually had. God damn. What are we gonna do? But there are girls who are gonna wanna soup into that situation because he has all those flashy things, and they think that you're gonna be appreciated for picking up after him. This person couldn't even pick up after themselves. They're not gonna appreciate you for that labor. They're not even gonna recognize it for the labor that it is, even though they don't want to perform that labor. We were finding ourselves in situations where men can say to us, I don't want to come home to a dirty house. But when you started dating him, the house was dirty. When you moved into his place, it was a mess. He has all kinds of cleanliness standards that he wants you to bring into his life, but he doesn't have them when he's by himself. And we do it. We walk into their lives, and I don't. I am not the slightest bit moved by the mountain of dishes in your sink because you aren't moved. Why must I be moved by them? Maybe that's just part of your decor, that's your aesthetic, you enjoy that. Who am I to judge all the maggots and stuff that you have hanging with you? Perhaps those are your friends, and I would be rude to kick them out. So I'm just gonna leave things as they are because not disturb your home. Leave things as they are. But no, you let men say things to you like uno shady or shade. They could never tell me shit. I wish a man would tell me something. Somebody did try to do that to me one time when I was seeing somebody, and they say to this other person in my presence, "Oh, you need to get a cleaning lady to come in a little bit and help you," saying so that I can be like, "Oh no, I will do it." Blah blah. My phone and I carried on. I pressed my phone and continued. It's not my job. It is not my job to pick up after anybody. Maralo, yeah, I know you guys. There's banyana bazifirela ban. The Let me give you advice now because I mean I'm nice. If you really want a man and you identify one like this, Iromo Feria. That's how the girls are getting married. Those of you who are wondering how it's happening. They make it happen because men don't have leadership qualities. Like a large number of them don't have it. They also don't, like, their egos can't deal with rejection the way they claim they can. It's a lie. It's a lie. You know, aiming high, which is what most of them do. The only time they're brave enough to pursue, most times, is when the person is already out of their league and they fake shooting their shot. They're like, ah, if it lands, cool. If it doesn't, whatever. You're not invested there. Yung muli ngwe ke yona. If that is the case, there would be slews of them lining up to date the average woman in front of them. But the ego could not survive being turned down by a woman whom you think is on your level and or beneath you. So a lot of them are afraid of rejection. If you really, I'm telling you now, if that's what you want, you're gonna have to go and get him. And by get him, I mean, do you see what's happened in this apartment? You're gonna have to go there and be a cleaner and also be a chef and also be a sex expert. You're gonna have to do all of those. He needs all of them, right? In one of the videos, he says he understands that he's not gonna have this or that because he hasn't married anybody yet. So this is the kind of guy who's expecting that once you're nine you're gonna be doing this for the rest of your life. Kind of a guy. On average, guy. Let's give it 50K. Let's put it there and be nice because I'm a nice girl today. Let's put it at 50K. Let's say that's what's happening. How many times, if we start to minus there, can they really pay a chef and a maid before that money, like the 50 grand runs out? And then you sign up to do that for the rest of your life. And then you like, I got the ring, yeah, girl, and the labor. And the labor. We all see it for what it is. But anyway, Jolang, guys, be happy. I don't know what he means by he has to live like this. Probably makes a lot of sense to him. I'm telling you now, they're women offering, and it always ends in tears for these kinds of pygmies. Always ends in tears. That mutubari must pay anyone. And then now she's like, God called me. Ha. Ha. Oh, but I will embarrass her. These ones. Bye, you guys.